Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
New at noon, it was a scary morning in Bismarck when a man walked into a bank and demanded money, saying he had a bomb. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jordan Schreier. It happened at the Starian Financial on the north side of town. Roads were blocked off and people nearby were encouraged to shelter in place. The suspect was arrested within an hour of making that threat. No other information is being released at this time. Stay with us here at Valley News Live as we continue to follow this story. Taking that live look outside, it's looking like today really will be the pick day of the week. For what we can expect in our forecast, let's check in with meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli.
And thank you, Jordan. Good afternoon, everybody. We are seeing temperatures on their way up as most of us now in the southern half of the viewing area now into the upper 60s and some of us near the 70-degree mark. Making our way further north, we're seeing some lower to mid 60s, especially across northwestern Minnesota and the Devil's Lake Basin, but into the upper 60s now across most of the northern valley. We had a southerly wind through most of the morning. The wind has flipped around to more of a northerly direction. That will pump in cool air over the next few days. In some areas, it's a little breezy to windy. We're seeing wind speeds across the area 10 to 25 miles per hour. We're also seeing a decrease in the clouds. More cloud cover into our Lakes Country area counties into northwestern Minnesota. A few sprinkles in that direction, but sunshine as you make your way to the north and to the west of the Fargo area. So going through this afternoon, we will see a few passing clouds, otherwise mostly sunny skies. Temperatures rising into the lower 70s with that breezy northwesterly wind. Temperatures are on their way down to round out the work week, and it will be really cool during the weekend and to start next week. We'll tell you where the temperatures go from here and a look at the moisture over the next week. That's coming up later in the newscast.
Sounds good. Thank you, Justin. Our warm and windier weather is making for dangerous burning conditions. The Fargo Fire Department says there is a very high fire danger today. The orange on the map that you're seeing is a very high risk, and the yellow is a high risk. There is no burning allowed right now in the city. City leaders are hoping to open formerly flooded roads and bridges very soon. The Red River just hit a second crest Monday of under 31 feet. The city of Moorhead says crews are pumping floodwater from the First Avenue North underpass, and debris removal will start right after that. Moorhead hopes to reopen the bridge to traffic on Monday at the latest. Cleanup on South River Shore Drive and 15th Avenue North starts when the river drops to about 28 feet. And cleanup on the 3rd Street underpass downtown happens when the red hits about 21 feet. The former Concordia football player seriously hurt in an explosion is expected to return home soon. The Caring Bridge website for Michael Herzog says he is leaving the Regents Hospital burn unit in St. Paul and heading home to continue his therapy and recovery there. Herzog was injured March 17th in South Moorhead when the fish house he was in exploded. Now to a case that's sending shockwaves through the pharmaceutical industry. For the first time ever, a distributor of prescription drugs in the U.S. and its former executives are facing criminal charges for drug trafficking. These distributors are the middleman between drug manufacturers and your neighborhood pharmacy. Kate Snow reports.
From the boardroom to the courtroom, Larry Dowd, the former longtime CEO of Rochester Drug Cooperative, or RDC, in handcuffs Tuesday. Dowd pleading not guilty to criminal charges of conspiring to distribute oxycodone and fentanyl and conspiring to defraud the Drug Enforcement Administration. His attorney vowing he'll fight.
Mr. Dowd is being framed. Plain and simple. In this case, the government just got it wrong.
Prosecutors say Dowd allowed RDC to deliver tens of millions of oxycodone pills and other opioid painkillers to pharmacies, ignoring red flags that they were being illegally distributed.
Dowd cared more about profits than the laws intended to protect human life.
Between 2012 and 2016, prosecutors say RDC's sales skyrocketed. Oxycodone sales jumped 800%, fentanyl up 2,000%. Dowd's annual compensation in those same years more than doubled to $1.5 million. The government says employees flagged about 8,300 orders as potentially suspicious, but the company only reported 4 to the DEA.
Why did they do it? The answer is greed.
According to court documents, an employee told management the amounts of opioids being dispensed by 2 pharmacies were very high, and the average quantity dispensed is like a stick of dynamite waiting for DEA to light the fuse.
At the pharmacies with sticks of dynamite, what is RDC? A warehouse of dynamite.
RDC is still in business. Through an agreement with prosecutors, the company will avoid prosecution by paying a $20 million fine and allowing stricter oversight. A spokesman for the company, led by a new management team, saying in a statement, "We made mistakes. We can do better. We are doing better, and we will do better."
According to prosecutors, RDC looked the other way on things like large orders for one pharmacy, customers paying cash, or traveling to pharmacies from out of state to fill prescriptions. The former CEO faces a minimum of 10 years in prison if convicted. In our consumer alert this afternoon, new Apple AirPods may be coming later this year. According to a top analyst, 2 new versions of Apple AirPods will likely go into production later this year. Predictions are that one of the new models will have a similar design and price, while the other will have an all-new design and a higher price point. AirPods are one of Apple's best-selling new products. There are also rumors that Microsoft and Amazon are working on wireless earbuds. Valley News Live's parent company, Gray Television, is partnering up with the Grand Ole Opry to create programming dedicated to the country lifestyle. The programming will be broadcast as DigiNet and on channel apps that will feature country music artists, their hobbies, and their love of music. The 50-50 joint venture will link Opry Entertainment's network of entertainment venues, licensed content, and original programming to Gray's local TV and digital presence. The anticipated launch of the channel will be in early 2020 across television stations throughout the country. The Bison are back at it again. This Friday, April 26th, the Bison will play their annual spring game at the Fargo Dome. And you can catch all the action live from 6:30 to 8 on KVLY. We also want to alert you to a programming note due to the Bison spring game. Wheel of Fortune will move to KX4 this channel at 6:30. Also, the show Blacklist will air from 8 to 10 immediately after that game.